We began by creating a tool that lets anyone connect, visualize, and share data without needing a data science background. And now we're taking a second important step, giving teams a dedicated space to track the metrics that matter most to them so they can get the answers and insights they need faster, and so the rest of the company can make better decisions together.
We have a vision at Databox of a world where every business decision is informed by data. Every business, every decision. Lots of people have told us that's too extreme of a viewpoint. They say that not all decisions can be made with data, and you shouldn't slow down decision making when you don't have data. However, when I speak with people who say this, I often find that their company isn't making informed decisions based on the data that they do have access to. They often lack the systems and discipline that more mature organizations have. The biggest obstacle, however, is not the system. Tools like Databox make it pretty easy to centralize performance data in one spot, then monitor and report on it. And even if you don't use a tool like Databox, data is more accessible to everyone via the hundreds of different SaaS tools we all use to do our jobs these days. So, lack of systems isn't usually the issue. The real issue is that companies keep performance data close to the management team's vest. Based on our research, about 50% of companies do not share performance data beyond the management team. We also know that this approach leads to lower performance. Why is that? Well, when employees have access to each other's performance and the company's performance, a few magical things happen. First, they hold themselves accountable to higher performance. They want to be recognized by their peers as top performers, and they dread the embarrassment of dragging the team's performance down. Second, they can make more decisions themselves. Businesses can make more decisions more quickly when decision-making responsibility is delegated as much as possible. But the only way to effectively delegate decisions is if everyone understands the impact of their decisions on performance. That cannot be done if employees don't have access to company performance data. This is why our mission is to make it easy for every team at growing businesses to leverage data to improve performance faster. This is also why we built our Teams feature.
We found that a lot of companies believe in the value of transparency and that by sharing data, they're able to collaborate more effectively and make better decisions together. But as companies grow, the process of managing data becomes more complex. For example, who's responsible for a certain metric? Am I looking at the right dashboards? What should my manager be looking at? And how's another team performing? With multiple people creating and sharing metrics, the amount of information can become overwhelming and hard to organize. We decided which recommendations to make to the product team based on our customer interviews or survey responses. We had clear themes that kept coming up. The first theme was around transparency. Our users believe that sharing company-wide performance across teams can empower all employees to use data in their roles. And this will be made more accessible by having team spaces where everyone can find the most relevant information faster. The second theme was around collaboration and alignment. Data comes from multiple sources, and in order to make sense of the chaos, having an agreed upon definition for certain KPIs and why they are being tracked can help companies better align to their business objectives and company strategy. Teams may also have experts that are better equipped to answer questions about certain data points than others. Some of the team's functionalities will make collaboration quicker and more efficient. It will also help with data cleanliness by avoiding duplicate work for all the parties involved. We took these themes to the product team and they started working on the best way to solve these issues for our customers. Our new Teams features will help companies improve performance together by breaking silos of information and making data more accessible to all the interested parties and stakeholders, speed up the data to insight process, especially for cross-functional teams, and it will help data enablers, no matter the role, make their data sets more organized and keep them organized.
I personally am excited about Teams because it empowers me. As CEO of a 100-person firm with probably about 15 different teams responsible for different activities and projects, it's very hard for me to stay on top of everything. As you might imagine, we measure thousands of things here at Databox. We have hundreds of dashboards we use to monitor our performance, and we produce tens of reports every month. That actually made it hard for me to find the right dashboards, reports, and metrics inside of Databox. So I usually had to rely on my direct reports to report out to me, or at least point me in the right direction. With Teams, I can log into the software, browse to each team, and see how they're performing against the goals that we've set, drill down into why their performance is what it is by looking at their official dashboards, and read their last archived report for additional context. This helps me manage asynchronously. Now, I can spend less time hunting for performance data and more time managing. This also makes my meetings way more productive. I can focus my time helping the team plan what we should be doing differently or what we should be doing next.